Good morning. It's almost 7 a.m. here in Copenhagen. I think it's time we get up and go for a ride. It's a bit cold outside. It's 4 to 9 degrees according to the watch. But we need to get the bike ready still and get changed. So let's go ride. So the bike's in this box. I brought my Brompton this week. This box came from a gun. He sold it to me. He had it before but wasn't using it. So I bought it off him, and I plan to take my bike more on travels. So it all made sense. So other than my bike, I've also brought with me my DJI, which I'm using to film now. That's the case. My Fumpa to pump the tires on my bike. Spare batteries for the 360. There, clamp to clamp that to the rear. Well, it's actually a versatile clamp, so it clamps anywhere. Garmin, and of course my cyclic front and rear cameras. So um, that will complete the equipment using for this bike ride. Well, there she is. That's the bike, all unpacked, ready to go. Managed to get the tires pumped, so that's good. I think I bent one of the nozzles, but who cares? We'll fix it when we get back. Now we just stopped at this place for a coffee and what is it, sourdough bread for breakfast. So eat this and then head out and explore the city. Apparently, some nice, pretty buildings, colorful buildings. So we'll go see that, and then we'll see where the road takes us. This is the Little Long Bridge, or Lille Langebro. It is a walking and cycling bridge across the inner harbour of Copenhagen. It was built in 2015 and also received the Riber International Award for Excellence in 2021. It is 160 meters long and about 7 meters wide, meant more for walking and cycling, as you can see as we go across this bridge. So now we're on Christianshavn Canal, as you can guess from the spelling, and it's a canal in the Christianshavn neighborhood of Copenhagen, and it's the entire stretch of this canal is lined with boats, sailboats. People live in these boats as well, and maybe it's just their boats for getting around, but it's just outside the city and probably the safest place for them to park their boats. So we're on Holmen Canal right now, and on our left at this corner here, just outside the church, is Niels Juel, a statue of a Danish naval officer who served as a supreme commander of the naval Dano-Norwegian Navy, one of the greatest naval officers of his time in the 17th century. So this is Havner Promenade. It used to be a harbor front, but now it's been redesigned, and it's a attractive public space with built-in activities for people to spend time out in the public. Real estate on both sides of this river is pretty prime and pretty pricey. Coming up on the right, this is like a little cordon area for people to ice bath. A lot of people seem to take these cold dips regardless of the weather, but mostly summer, spring, autumn. And there's a guy also playing with his model Titanic boat, which looks quite impressive. And you see this lady going down now for her ice dip. They usually spend a couple of minutes in there and then they come out. Helps keep them feel refreshed. So I have to apologize if I don't get any of the names right or the pronunciation right, but this is the Indus Havsbroen, which is the inner harbor bridge in Copenhagen. It's 180 meters long. It's a pedestrian and bicycle bridge moving from east to west. The bridge joins Nijhaven and Christianshavn, these two little suburbs together. There's also a construction error on this bridge, this bulge that we're cycling across. It's basically, well, it was made from two ends and it didn't meet up in the middle, so that's why there's this bulge and sharp turn that happens. So I guess it's just a way of fixing up a mistake, but it works. And it leads into the design, and you know, it slows cyclists down. So maybe that's why there's a little bit of slack because, or criticism, because people don't like this bulge in it. But it's a design feature, it's a safety feature, so I think it's fine. It's funny how you just cross a bridge and suddenly things look very different. It looks quite chilled. Houses on the side are houseboats on the side of the river, left and right, and some of them they look quite big. Probably could stay in. I mean, obviously there's people staying in it, but I'm thinking I could probably stay in it. Looks cool. So we've explored some of these little islands that seem to be on a little bit of a pontoon. We just left the North American forest, or it's building up to be the North American forest, and then you see some lovely houses, boat houses on the side there. I wish I could go in and have a look at one, but I don't know anyone that has one, but you know, just looking through the windows, they look quite cool. And then we got some small houses on the left and right, and this is on our right. This little street is basically in the Copenhagen harbor, waterfront, riverside. I'm sure there's a better name for it, but I can't seem to find it. But this is the main waterway that rolls through most of Copenhagen. So now we're gonna head back to the bridge which we took to come across, and head back to the main city area. And on our left here is Kugel Garden, one of the many gardens that you see like enclosed within the estate around Copenhagen. You won't realize till you go past it, or you know it's there, right? Suddenly you look through a gate and there's a beautiful garden inside. So as we cross back over the contemporary bridge, we are entering Nijhaven, or New Haven, which is a 17th century waterfront, canal and entertainment district. The canal harbors many historical wooden ships, as you see on the right, and lots of colorful buildings. So we've just come from over there, went across one bridge, came across another bridge, came down this bridge, actually went up and down this bridge, but we've reached these colorful buildings, and I was told when you hit the colorful buildings, take a left and follow it down. So I'm just gonna go down that way, or maybe down that on the other side over here. Don't know which side I'll go, but we're heading this way. So I'm cycling down the southern side of Nyhavn. Obviously, the northern side has all the bars and restaurants and cafes, and there's probably a lot of people there. So I'm staying on this side where I can view the buildings from afar and keep out of the way of the pedestrians. Some of these houses were built with wood and bricks and plasters, and the oldest house here, which is number 9, dates back to 1681. That's pretty old. These houses are used a lot in Danish movies, films, international films as well, and it's quite classic for and recognizable for the Copenhagen city. Right in front of us is the King's New Square, which is a public square at the end of Pedestrian Street. Some of the important buildings here are the Royal Danish Theatre and the Royal Danish Academy of Fine Arts. At the end of Nyhavn, there's a memorial anchor which commemorates the service of 1,700 Danish officers and sailors who sacrificed their lives during World War II. Alright, so right now I'm just finding my way around. I've got no plans, so I'm just gonna cycle. Take a left here towards the King's New Square, and see where that leads me and if there's anything interesting I can see from the end of the street. So actually at this point I pull out my map and decided that I think I want to make a U-turn and head towards St. Anne's Square, which has a really nice statue on the top. And this is the statue of Christian X of Denmark at one side of St. Anne's Square. About 100 meters down the road, we come across the Oddfellows Mansion, which was named after the local branch of the Independent Order of Oddfellows, who acquired the building in the 1900s. And a few hundred meters down from that, on the left is Frederick's Church, or also known as the Marble Church. It is an evangelical Lutheran church, and it forms a focal point of the Fredrikstaden district. So coming up is a Valkyrie statue done by a Norwegian sculptor outside Churchill Park. It depicts a Valkyrie riding a horse with a spear in her right hand. All Valkyries are females according to the old sagas in Norse mythology. They are the beings who collect warriors' souls from the battlefield and then ride them to Asgard. As we turn left and head down towards the other side of the gardens, we come up to St. Albans Church, locally referred to as the English Church. This church is part of the Church of England's diocese in Europe, and it's dedicated to St. Alban, which is the first martyr of Great Britain. And next to the church is the Giffion Fountain. It features a large-scale group of oxen pulling a plough being driven by a Norse goddess, Gefjon. So end of the park and entering this harbor area, we're going to take a little bit of a break. So we'll end this episode here, and I'll see you next episode as we head north.